Hey, today's gonna be like a bit more of a serious topic, and we have to slouch now because this person's too lazy to actually hold the phone.
Or I'll make it shake.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, and so today's gonna be more of a serious topic because, like, most of my videos are just me messing around and stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, and they suck. This is probably going to suck, but, it's gonna be more of a serious topic. And this is about somebody we know who has gone through a lot in their life, and it's not
Kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's really messed up. We're not going to use that person's name, and because we're keeping their secret. Yeah,
and secure, so no one knows.
yeah. And this happens to a lot more people than it should.
Than you would think. Probably like 50 out of, or 90 out of 100 people, I would say.
We don't know. Don't take that as a fact.
No, don't take it as a fact. But there's a lot of people that this would happen to. I mean, they're just nasty people out there. I mean, it's crazy.
And this is about the story of somebody that we know who was sexually assaulted by their father. Yes. And that also happens a lot more than you think. If you know who we are, it doesn't even necessarily mean that it was from you, because there's a lot of messed up families out there, and
it's not like someone wants to live that life or wants that to happen to them. It just happens because people are sick. There's sick people out there. There's people that are traumatized by it, actually. It's horrible.
And so this person's father kind of used it as a punishment. What sick, twisted person uses sexual assault to their own child as punishment?
Yeah.
Who does that? Obviously this person, and surprisingly a lot of people. And really this is also going to be about, like, what you should do in that situation. Because if you were in a situation like that, just because you don't want to, let's say, get your parents in trouble, you don't deserve to live in a situation like that. You don't deserve anything like that. And if they're going to do that to you, they don't deserve you. Pointer?
Well, I think in a situation like that, most people in their mind, at the moment, they're thinking, well, what should I do to end this? Should I just end my life right now and not even care about it in the past? And no one will even think of me as who I was before? Or some people are maybe thinking that maybe after this, I can just get them in trouble and I'll never have to see them again. Or they'll try and kill the people in the process. And sometimes people really, a lot of people don't even think before they do it. Like just for example, say someone comes at you in a sexual way, and you're just sitting there kind of
trying like to ignore it.
Yeah, but it's not physically possible that you can. So you're emotional, you're trying to think of a way out of the situation, and you're just
it's really a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very serious situation to be in, and I mean, it would be really, really hard to forget something like that. I mean, I couldn't even, I probably wouldn't be able to talk to anyone for the rest of my life. I would probably have to go to a mental society place.
If you're in a situation like that, even if you don't want to get that person in trouble, you don't need this. You need to go tell somebody that's going to be able to help you. Like this person, I asked them, so am I just supposed to sit here and watch you get hurt repetitively by this person?
And listen to
I can't just sit here and watch you be violated, be hurt emotionally and physically. I'm not going to let you go through that. And what was their response? I don't know. they don't want to be taken away from those people because they don't want to go through it again. Because some people are taken away and put into foster care because of it. But that doesn't mean their foster parents are nice either. Their foster parents could very well do that to them.
Their foster parents, they don't even know them.
Yeah. You're just put into this random family and
That you don't know about.
You don't know what they do. And half the time these kids are so young. How do you expect, let's say, an 8-year-old gets taken away from their parents because her dad raped her or something? Her dad's in jail now. She's with this family. But this family yells at her all the time. This family is physically abusive. Not necessarily sexually abusive, but physically abusive.
So technically you're putting an innocent child into a physically abusive home that you probably didn't even know were abusive to their children, let alone the child that you put in there. So you're technically putting their whole entire family into danger because of it. Right? Because this child doesn't even know,
probably scared already from what they went through. And now it's like
putting into a worse environment.
That's why I admire the people who have like godparents for their children. Because, like, in the next video, I kind of want to talk about my childhood story, because it's not the easiest, but it's definitely not as bad as the person that we know. But if you're in that situation, you tell somebody so you can get out of that situation. If that means that you're leaving your friends behind, it's better to leave your friends behind than to be stuck with these awful people that are hurting you. You need to get out of there now and not let people just be in charge of you. Like, I get your parents are supposed to be in charge of you, but if they're hurting you like that, you need to get out of there. It's not just like, oh, it was my fault. No, it's not.
Yeah, don't blame it on yourself.
It's not your fault that these people are sick and twisted and think that it's okay to do that. You shouldn't just sit there and let this happen to you. It's going to hurt you forever, but if you leave now, it's going to be better than if you stay. Because the longer you're there, the more it's going to affect you, and you have a higher possibility of actually becoming another generation of your parents, or whoever you're staying
Maybe
with.
even better.
Or worse.
Yeah. Some people get twisted up because of it. Some people are never the same. Like, you can take a perfectly good, innocent, beautiful, clean child, and then they just get all messed up because of what they've had in their childhood. I mean,
when you're little, you absorb everything. Like,
everything.
how
every
if your
little
parents
detail.
curse, you end up copying them.
You're gonna pick it up.
Not necessarily as bad, maybe worse. Like, my parents curse. And that kind of puts me in the habit of it. Like, depending on the people I'm with, though. Like, if I'm with my grandparents, it's like, fudge nuggets.
Yeah.
Or like with my grandma, she just curses in German.
Or sometimes there's, like, that child that's perfectly, like, the innocent child at home, then they end up, like, going to a friend's house or a school, or someone at school to pick it up from, and then they start turning into a bad person.
Like Audrey.
Yeah.
Audrey, innocent little homeschool girl. She comes to our school. Philip. Not Philip deserves to be criticized. If you find
Not
us,
like he'll be watching this channel.
yeah.
I mean, we probably shouldn't be using names, but I mean, it's not like they're gonna be watching this channel, let alone a lot of people.
It's not like we're giving out their security numbers or something.
Here, let's do that. No,
776-354-321.
that's not really theirs.
Please don't use that. It's not mine either.
Don't be a weird stalker. Don't use that. Don't.
Yeah.
I don't know whose it is. It could be a weird Chinese lady. Lady.
Okay, I'm
serious.
putting off the blood circulation to my feet here.
I'm serious.
Okay, but I'm too tall now, aren't I?
Yeah.
If you're in a situation like that, get out. Don't stay there. No matter who it is. Like, tell somebody. Tell a friend. If you're too scared to go to the police yourself, tell a friend, and if they're a good enough friend, they'll tell the police for you. I told my friend that I would do that, but that person said, no, I don't want to be taken away.
And I don't want their parents necessarily to go.
They hate their parents, but
I mean,
don't want to leave because they don't want to leave the people that they actually do care about.
Exactly.
So if you're in a situation like that, leave. Don't let it keep happening.
Never.
And if you know somebody who's in a situation like that, you need to tell somebody that's going to be able to help them. Because if the police don't take you seriously, tell an adult. Because, honestly, if you go and tell the police something...
Are they going to believe all of it?
And plus, what's the likelihood that they're going to trust a little person over a big person? Like, because
Exactly.
if you say something and then their parents say otherwise, they're going to believe the parents. You need an adult to believe you also.
Which, technically, that would be a very bad situation where you're telling this, let's say, cop, for example, and you're telling them all this stuff, but they don't quite believe you, so they go to your parents and ask it, and your parents like, oh, no, we would never. And they believe them, obviously, because the cop's stupid enough not to believe the child. And then, then it all gets crazy, and then next thing you know, like, maybe month top, like, in the shows that happens, and tops, the kid's most likely positively not going to be alive anymore. It always ends up like that. Sometimes it's not, like, the best case scenario, but, that's what I personally would think would happen. And, my mind's already technically wound up on all this crazy book junk and everything.
Were you going to say something else?
Yeah, I was going to, but I'm not gonna.
Not on my channel.
No, there might be little kids, which they wouldn't understand.
Yes, sir?
Okay, I'm a crappy speaker, bye.
Yeah, so... Oh, so if you're in a situation like that, leave, and see you next time. Bye.